I mean, apparently I just like too many things. What is this? So yeah, I just like Dragon Ball. So I'm gonna talk about why I like Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super. The Dragon Ball series in general is just quite the significant thing. It really is incredible. It was a revolutionizing piece in the 80s, and when it was decades old, when it came over to America, it was still incredible, and it still felt brand new. That, on its own merit, is something that needs to be praised. There haven't been many revolutionizing pieces of anime art. I mean, there hasn't been revolutionary things in general, too many of them, because it's kind of hard to change something so much that everything wants to be like you. You're so good that everybody wants to be your friend. Everyone is a plagiarist. Dragon Ball is one of those things that you grow up with it if you if you're either like from when it first came out, like going through on Toonami and stuff, or you're a newbie that came in with Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball Kai, or the Blu-ray of, I don't know, whatever else you came into it as. You're either just an older dude that grew up with it, or you're a younger person, or maybe another old person that has just gotten into it in the past couple years, or maybe you even got into it because of Team 4 Star. That's another thing. The fan base of Dragon Ball, although it can sometimes be extremely horrible, is pretty good. Not a lot of. Okay. It's a loud minority. That is the main thing that we see. But what the true fan base is a lot better than that. It's so much better. I swear, I'm one of them. But yeah, Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, even Dragon Ball GT, which I know people give like so much bad stuff for, and sometimes some people like it. I mean, you're crazy if you like it, but I'm not gonna go into too much detail on Dragon Ball GT. I'm just talking about why I really love Dragon Ball in general. Dragon Ball, there's a lot of Dragon Balls, so just whenever I say Dragon Ball, I don't just mean Dragon Ball. I mean Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, you know that sort of stuff. And with the recent uprising of Dragon Ball, and well, the recent renaissance of Dragon Ball with the movies coming out, I'm so lucky that I lived at a time period where Dragon Ball could come back. And even though I've been watching it since I was like 6 years old, I've kept with it, and only a couple years ago was the renaissance of Dragon Ball, when Dragon Ball hit its stride once more and became a part of our lives as something that like was basically mainstream at the point. And it was incredible. It was like, even though Super had its problems, it it was managing to bring back Dragon Ball in a way that not many others could really do. You know, there were loads of things between the Dragon Ball GT and to now, but just it never really caught it, and it wasn't like part of the main canon, as we call it. But it really works, and I'm just talking about what the Renaissance is, but it really was incredible to live through that. I'm so happy that I was living through this, and now we got Dragon Ball Heroes, which is a little mini thing, like barely anything being like fully done with like it's basically like a standalone like side off thing, which is actually pretty cool because Dragon Ball has never really had that. And anyone that knows Dragon Ball AF, you're gonna be like, wow, phew. But talking about Dragon Ball is like something that I kind of love doing because it's part of my life. It's who I am to an extent. I I'm not a Super Saiyan. I promise. But what my childhood was mainly, well, before that there was other things, but what I really remember was Dragon Ball. It's kind of odd, but the earliest memories that I have is mostly of Dragon Ball. I mean, obviously there's some stupid family stuff, but Dragon Ball, right? And why I like it, why I enjoy it so much. To be honest, it's not anything crazy now. It's not, we see this stuff constantly, but what Dragon Ball was, and for me that was really the first anime that I've ever seen, so that was like crazy to me that this sort of thing can happen, and this is going on. I mean, obviously I had no idea. I probably thought they were all real. I just really wanted to go to Namek as a kid, but you just have a certain feeling when you watch something that you grew up with. Do you have anything like that? I'm sure everybody has something like that. Sometimes it's like people grow up with like pogs, but this is truly what I loved about it, and yeah, like I said, it's not something now that could be seen as something incredible unless if you know that this was the starting point for most anime. Now, obviously, people have watched, like, there was loads of things, like Pokemon, big one, like, there was Sailor Moon for all the chicks. But Dragon Ball was, and always really will be, the biggest in my life, and the most enjoyable. Whenever I see it, it's just, I love talking about it. I've made countless videos. But I want to be engaged in the community. I want to live through Dragon Ball. I watched it so many times, and I love that I can do that. I love that I can watch through something so many times, and it still doesn't get boring to me because this is my child. I relive my childhood, and that's what it is. It encapsulates that. And I haven't even really talked about the show as just like a character or anything like that. I'm just talking about what Dragon Ball means to me. And that's what it is. I love Dragon Ball so much because of that reason, mainly. You could look at it as some lower thing that it's all about screaming or staring at people for 30 minutes, 30 episodes, why not, and spending 18 episodes in 5 minutes. Or 30 episodes in 40 minutes. That's what it is. For a lot of people at this point that have seen, if you've seen so many anime at this point, you're not going to have the same experience with Dragon Ball as I did, or as anyone else did. You'll never be able to catch that because it's such a rare phenomenon that is a once in a lifetime opportunity, and that's what it is. That's what Dragon Ball is to me, and that's why I love Dragon Ball. And I haven't even gotten into the actual characters or anything. So, spoilers from now on. I'm going to be spoiling literally everything. I mean, everything that I can condense into hopefully less than an hour. I'm not going to be talking for that long. That would be odd. So, time to actually get into the characters and what I like about them. Now, Dragon Ball is obviously the first in the long line of Dragon Ball stuff. And that, just in general, of a boy that just adventures and finds himself in so many scenarios trying to collect the Dragon Balls. These mystical objects that have been found to grant any wish, and it starts, like many other tales do, of a young boy and a girl shooting the young boy in the face. And that's what it starts off as. If that amazing event that is anime to me as a whole, and that is Dragon Ball. Stupid, fun, enjoyable, and you just don't see it coming. You don't see just a teenage girl smacking into a child with their car and then shooting him in the face. Gosh, the 80s were weird. So much fun just going through that. The Goku, the Bulma, the interactions, the characters are so glorious, and you go through it all. Blah! The one anime that I remember the most, just because of its characters, its rich cuisine, its multitude of different locations that you go through, going through space and time. It's so great. And it all starts off as just a boy going on a magical journey. And that's the start of something incredible. And you have so many others. You have like the Pilaf saga, which introduces like Yamcha and the Pilaf gang, and like Master Carrot, and foreshadows to some other cool things that go down the line. And it just ends in a pig wishing for panties. And that's that. And you learn other things about the characters. You learn about Goku, and you see that he can turn into a great ape, and you're like, oh, what is this? What is this craziness? And you have so many questions, and you're enjoying it for what it is. And it ends off with being hilarious. It ends off being Dragon Ball. A pig wishing for the most comfortable panties. That's Dragon Ball. and, and just throughout that, and it shows you all of these places, and you go through, you meet like Oolong is the pig, and like Pua, and you just go on this, and you have no idea what to expect. Not really. You think you know what you expect. No. Do you expect anything about a pig wishing for panties to save the world from a blue creature? Tell me you expected that. Yeah, I thought so. That's the thing. If you try and explain it to anyone, like the startings of Dragon Ball is really just a comedy. It was mainly a comedy at first, and it was hilarious going through it all. And you have a bunny. Okay, we're gonna get into some character stuff. You have a bunny that can turn a human into a carrot. Then a little boy sends the bunny to the moon. Dragon Ball. And as it ends, you see the dragon. You've gone through like quite a few episodes of gathering them and finding out about the characters' development, going through perverts, Master Roshis, big turtles, so many different things, and then it culminates into wishing for panties. Again, I just gotta reassure you and notify you that this is draggable. And then we get into what was known as the Greatness. Yes. We go into the World Martial Arts Tournament arc, number one tournament, and that's Dragon Ball as well. It shows you meet Krillin, which is Goku's best friend now, and you see this dynamic is like Krillin's being mean to Goku, and Goku's like this phenomena that like is so strong and powerful, and then you see Master Roshi, who is this even more powerful person that is teaching these two youngsters about everything you need to know about life. Yes, everything. And you fly on clouds like the Nimbus. That's cool. That's a cool thing. And you go through your training. You're seeing what Dragon Ball is like, a long struggle to get to a goal, and then you arrive at it. You go into the World Martial Arts Tournament. The way you got into training was to give an old man a woman that turns into two different people. One is very nice. The other, she would chop your dick off for fun. Ugh. Then you get into the World Martial Arts Tournament, the thingy bob proper. And it's beautiful. And you see all these people that are fighting, you see different cultures, you just see different creatures, you see different keepers. I don't know anymore. It's amazing. And you go through this. You see Master Roshi who disguises himself as an old man. Yes, with hair this time. And you go through this, and it's incredible. And you just want to live through that. You want to see where this is heading. It's just a fun journey throughout. And then you go into the Red Ribbon Saga, and that is also incredible. You see like so much more. You have to Goku's trying to find the 4-star Dragon Ball because he lost it. So now he's going through all this, and you see like all even more wonders, and you go through and you find out more about the world of Dragon Ball, and you go through like Muscle Tower and all of these things, and you find that there are androids in the world, cyborgs as well as androids, but just that, and you go through, and it's so many more. You see so many more people, you see so many different like habitats and creatures and phenomena, and it turns into something even greater. And then you go into like an undersea temple with like treasure that has been hidden away for ages, and that turns into like a great journey and an undersea journey. And the Red Ribbon Saga is one of the best sagas in Dragon Ball history. I just love it so much. It just, you see so much of the world as well. Like, the Pilaf Saga is awesome and it gets you into it, but the Red Ribbon is definitely really good. It's not the best one, but it is a strong contender. Um, and then you go through all this, you see different people, you see Aurelie, which is something completely different, but then you go through, you find out, you there are stronger things than just to find a couple balls. And then you find Upa and Bora. And Bora dies. And then Goku finds a cat and drinks water and then beats up the Tao Pai Pai. And that's Dragon Ball. Oh, I'm just going through the arcs, but I just can't stop. It's just so great. But, yeah, then you get into the Fortune Teller Baba, which is Also great, you see Grandpa go on for the first time after ages. You go through, you find out that there's more to the world as well, and you start to figure out more about Roshi's life, and Fortune Teller Baba as well, which plays a part throughout Dragon Ball, and it goes so well, and the Pilaf gang are back, the Pilaf Empire, with Mai and Shu, and then you get through all that, and it's like, well, you got it, and now you revive Bora back, and like it's all a happy ending by the end of it, and it's amazing. The Red Ribbon Army's been destroyed, and you think, oh, that's the end of the Red Ribbon Army, but no. And then you go into like another great time of just Goku experiencing more of the world, finding out more about what this place has to desire, and it's an incredible journey. You find out so more. You meet Tien Shinhan and Chaozu, oh, who befriend a boar, and then they try and burn its butt. And you're wondering, like, oh my gosh, like, he's so powerful, how is he going to beat that guy? And then he doesn't, and then you're like, wait, what? And then you find out that he's going to the World Martial Arts Tournament, and then you get to the World Martial Arts Tournament number 2, where you find out more, you unlock, like, potentials, and Jackie Chan, which is Master Roshi, with here, gives up that and finds out that people are just stronger than him now, and he's got to accept that, and he's got to show that, like, he has to get stronger, their pupils got to get stronger, so he gives it to Tien Shinhan, who is set up as the main bad guy, and then it just, like, goes out of control, and things go crazy, and Goku and Tien fight, and there are so many epic fights beforehand, and it culminates to this. Now, I was saying in the Hunter x Hunter thing that, it's not just punching, but in this it works, because even in Dragon Ball there were so many other techniques. Dragon Ball's probably got the best fighting, and it just works so well, and you see so many different techniques and so many different things happening, and you find out that people can fly now. And then Goku loses once more. Tien wins. They split up the money. They go to a party. And then disaster struck. Something that we've never seen before. People have died, but today we would mourn a death. A death of something simple. A fun ride. We lose Krillin. Goku's furious. Master Roshi tells him to stop. Goku runs off furious, unable to control his anger. Nearly gets killed by a demon. Roshi says in utter dismay, Demon King Piccolo. Nobody quite knows what's happening. What they do know is that they've lost a dear friend. A comrade. People didn't expect this. People didn't necessarily want this. But the disaster struck. And this arc was the arc we find out that Dragon Ball can be so much more. So much greater. The hard-fought struggle. The introduction of characters. The Pilaf saga. Bringing in to unleash a demon onto the world. Trying to conquer the world, they end up dooming it forever. The demon ping, the, the demon ping Piccolo has arrived. The death of Roshi and Chaozu leave the game completely and utter destroyed. Goku loses, but finds that there is a way. The Super Divine Water. A way to bring power back to Goku, and hopefully win. The world is now in chaos. Demon Ping Piccolo has taken over the world government. The world seemed to be lost. Tien training as hard as he possibly can. Shenron killed after Piccolo wishes for his youth to be returned. Humanity in trouble. Yajirobe and Goku entering to find the magic divine water. And this is where it happens. Goku becomes strong enough. An epic fought battle where Tien arrives and is unfortunately taken hostage after being beaten and brutalized. Goku and Piccolo fighting to the death. Goku winning. Goku defeating King Piccolo. The Demon King Piccolo swears vengeance towards the young boy, creating a younger Piccolo to defeat him. Oh, and then there we have it. Goku goes off and tries to bring back the Dragon Balls after it being destroyed. Goku meets with Kami, a counterpart to Piccolo. We realize that Kami has split off all the evil and created the Demon King Piccolo. And now Kami wishes to teach Goku to defeat the younger Piccolo. At the next World Martial Arts Tournament, we're going back to its roots. Kami trains Goku, bringing the Dragon Balls back and reviving Master Roshi, Chaozu, and Krillin. After the long-fought battle, they have done it. They have won the battle, but not the war. After years, Goku has returned to fight at the next World Martial Arts Tournament. Everyone has been training. Krillin, Yamcha, Piccolo. Yeah, the young Piccolo has been training for this day. Goku, Tien, Yamcha, everyone preparing. They enter the fray, fighting for the tournament, fighting to defeat Piccolo. A young woman was seen. This girl has not been mentioned. This girl is Chi-Chi. Goku does not remember Chi-Chi, because he's an idiot. An utter, oblivious idiot. And then we go into the fights, and everything goes up in the air. There's a new fighter that enters the fray. Hero. Somebody that we don't know, but we do know. The greatest foreshadow in all of Dragon Ball has happened, where there's a strange language that Kami and Piccolo talk to each other in. Hero being Kami. Piccolo absorbs, eats Kami, and the final battle commences between Goku and Piccolo for the right ownership as the World Martial Arts Champion and Savior of the world. Goku and Piccolo fight it out. An epic brawl is decided. A close match. But Goku wins once more. A 2-3 and he's out of here. That's it for good old Piccolo and the good old Dragon Ball series, unless if you count the next bit where Goku and Chi-Chi get married and they go off and they get a big fan because there's a lot of fire. But that's kind of useless. And that's Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball so much. Dragon Ball was the first. Now to Z. Crap, it's been 28 minutes. Okay, I'll give you guys a little bit of a break. I'll just sit here for a couple minutes and you can just continue. I'm not going to sit here for a couple minutes. You can pause the video like right now because I'm about to go to the next one. I'm actually going to go get a drink. Been talking for a while. And now we enter to Z. Goku's brother has appeared. Goku has a son, Gohan. They arrive at the Kami house. Roshi's house. And they realize that Goku's actually an alien. Wait, what? Yes, an alien named a Saiyan. That's why he can turn into a big monkey. But disaster strikes, not as bad as last time, but still pretty bad. Because Gohan has now been kidnapped by his uncle, Raditz. Tensions are rising. Foe and foe must become friends. That means Piccolo and Goku have now become BFFs, basically. You don't need to worry about that. It's all done now. Piccolo, you know, they had their disheartened ships, but now they're just completely fine with each other. And then we arrive. It's Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz. Raditz tells them as he's dying, because Piccolo killed both Raditz and Goku. Yeah, heartbreaking. Gohan actually deals damage to Raditz. Raditz is really powerful. What is happening? Oh, great. Raditz warns them of two other Saiyans that are way more powerful than Raditz that are approaching Earth. And will be there in 1 year. Didn't know it would take that long, huh? Well, convenience, which means that Piccolo kidnaps Gohan. Poor Gohan. Poor Gohan. Dodge as Piccolo trains Gohan for ages. There's loads of other little things. Gohan meets a big robot and saves a couple of kids and does other things, and then he becomes real cool with the dudes, and then trains with Piccolo even more. Kami trains the Earthlings, the useless ones. Sadly, Popo is actually a mad genius. Popo being a black genie. Don't worry, he's not important. We go into the Saiyans have arrived now. Oh my gosh, everybody is dying. Oh, Piccolo, Tien, Yamcha, and Chaozu have all died. Nappa and Vegeta, those are the two Saiyans. Goku comes in and saves them all. That's the Saiyan Saga. That's the Saiyan Saga, guys. Nah, Nappa kills 3 of them. Yamcha dies to a Cyberman. You know, there's a lot of other things, but yeah, that's basically what that happened then. Then the big epic brawl, Vegeta versus Goku. 2 rival heads, and this is the most iconic stuff you will ever see in anime history. A beam struggle that tops all other beam struggles from anything ever that has ever been created, except for Cell Saga. Whoa. And then we go into an incredible clash. As I've already said, but it's just so incredible, so I just gotta say that it's incredible again, because it's so incredible. And then they fight, and then it gets real cool, and then Goku wins after learning that he actually killed his grandpa. Well, that kind of sucks. Yeah, that does suck. I mean, maybe it doesn't, because Gohan's kind of a big hot furnace with a hot person, so maybe it's okay. Oh, that happened after the tournament in Dragon Ball. It wasn't really that important, don't worry. He's never brought up again in the entire series. I'm gonna have to speed things along. Okay, let's go to space, because everybody's dead, and because Piccolo's dead, Kami's dead, and because Kami's dead, the dragon's dead, which means that we can't push back anyone. And they heard about a magical place called Namek, a place where Namekians live, which is what Kami and Piccolo are. So they go to space. There's a fake Namek and lots of other things. It's completely useless and not worth your time. Don't worry about it. It's filler. Then we hopscotch a doodle to Namek. Oh my gosh, this place is filled with so many other people. Vegeta's actually alive. I mean, he didn't ever think to be dead before, but I'm just saying that. I mean, yeah, okay. Because Goku said that he didn't want to kill him because now Vegeta's real cool, and now he went over to Namek, and along with Kui, and Kui just dies instantly, so Kui didn't really matter. Dodoria's here, Dodoria dies immediately, he was just a purple pineapple. And then we see that there's an intergalactic ruler named Frieza. Good old Frieza. Then there's Zarbon. Zarbon's not important either. Actually, he beats Vegeta. Oh my gosh, is he important? Nope, Vegeta wins anyways. Okay, they're all going after the Namekian Dragon Balls. Frieza is killing all the Namekians. Okay, now Goku arrives. Oh, the Ginyu Force also arrives. Okay, Goku versus Ginyu Force. Goku wins. Oh, wait, there's a guy named Ginyu that can switch bodies. Oh, well, that doesn't matter because they instantly switch back. Ginyu's now a frog. Most of the Ginyu Force are dead. And Jason and Berta really want to kiss each other because they're gay. Oh, by the way, there's a big fat guy named Guru. And then Nail. But Nail's not important. Nail gets killed by Frieza. Nope, he doesn't get killed by Frieza. Then we got good old Guru. He unlocks everybody's potential. Vegeta's trying to be a good guy now. I shouldn't say trying. He's not trying. You see, this is why I love Dragon Ball, though. Like, just the different characters and the character moments that happen. It's so good. I just had to do a little interlude that it's just really good, and I love all the fights, and everything is just amazing and epic. Goku's actually been training in 100 times gravity. There's a magical thing called a Saiyan. Oh my gosh, Frieza was the one that blew up the Saiyan's planet. Aha! They finally got all the Dragon Balls. Okay, they summoned Porunga after meeting with Dende. Just a child. He's actually important, but it doesn't matter. And then it's the final fight. Frieza versus basically everybody. Oh, Piccolo fuses with Nail now, because Piccolo was revived. Yay, and Namek. Kind of yay. Anyways, he gets a massive power boost because power scaling. And then we fight. Frieza goes into his first form and fights Vegeta. Then he goes into his second and nearly kills Krillin. And then Gohan beats him up. And then he fights big old Pickle. Frieza's having some trouble, so he goes into his third form and beats the crap out of everybody. But then he decides he's going to go into his final form for some reason. But it don't matter because the final form is awesome. And then he kills Dende. And then he kills Vegeta. Oh no. Goku arrives, uses ultimate technique, the Spirit Bomb. It didn't work. Krillin's now dead. Oh no. And Piccolo tripped. Or he tripped. And then everything awesome and amazing, and the thing that is so iconic to this day. Goku turns Super Saiyan. Oh my god. I never knew my dick could get so big. And then everything bad happens, and then Namek explodes. Most people escape. Goku apparently dies, but he totally doesn't die. Everybody's brought back because of Porunga. Then the Namekians crash hit Earth. Oh, now they're gone from Earth. And that was Namek Saga. You know, I'm not doing it justice, but it was amazing. It was pretty good. But now we move on to the Cell Saga. Frieza's back. I'm not doing Garlic Jr. Go away. Go away. Anybody that wanted me to do Garlic Jr., you go over there. I will, however, do Marin. I know you guys. Good ass. Continue. The Cell Saga begins with Trunks, a magical guy that came from... Magical? A Saiyan that came from the future that's Vegeta's son. With Bulma. Vegeta and Bulma are now married. That was fast. Androids are here to kill us all. Goku arrives back on Earth. Everything goes bad as the androids arrive after training for a while. Epic car stuff with But that's not the main point here. The main point is the androids have arrived. Wait, they're not the actual androids. Vegeta can now turn Super Saiyan. That's bloody epic. I'm sorry, that's absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh. Vegeta can just turn Super Saiyan now. Yay. Oh my gosh, where is this going to lead? Oh, he gets his arm broken. Because Dr. Gero created two overpowered androids that could have defeated Frieza and his final form easily. Power scaling? Everything bad happens. There's a big ginger dude that's named Android 16. He's not named Android 16. And then he becomes a big boy, and then they fight, and then everybody gets beaten up by Android 17 and 18. There's two of them. Dr. Gero's the scientist that created the androids. And Android 19's a sex doll. Everybody wins in the end because there's a big green guy named Cell, so he basically just beats up everybody. Oh, Piccolo and Kami are finally fused. Now he's a super Namekian. Oh, well, after that he just gets beaten up because he powered up. And then there was a cool fight between Piccolo and Android 17. That was epic, but it kind of ended short because Cell arrived and, yes, therefore say, dear you, he got blown the fuck up. And then we go all crazy with all sorts of things. So achieves his second form, then his third form because he had to absorb Android 17 and 18, and it was real cool. And now they fought, and then he becomes his perfect form, and then that happens, and then he becomes real cool, and then he goes into the Cell games, and then the Cell games happen, and then there's a really cool guy named Tiraku, and then he fights him, but he really doesn't actually do anything, and then he takes all the claim because Gohan actually achieves Super Saiyan 2 and beats him, but then Goku also dies, and so does Trunks. But then Trunks is brought back in the next day because of the Dragon Balls, and then Goku doesn't actually want to be brought back because he thinks that everybody else just really doesn't like him, and then Gohan is now the protector of the Earth, and then 7 years later, Gohan is now a teenager, and everything bad happens, and then the Buu Saga happens, and then the Buu Saga is like really long and really frustrating, and then Majin Vegeta happens, and then everything else happens, and then Majin Vegeta and because Goku came back down for the World Martial Arts Tournament. That's right, there was a World Martial Arts Tournament, but it actually didn't happen for that long, and then the World Martial Arts Tournament actually did work out, and then there was a big thing called Babidi, and then Babidi made Bibbidi, and Bibbidi made Boo, and Bibbidi made Babidi, and Babidi made Boo, and then Babidi and Boo were like real mean. So now Babidi and Boo are terrorizing the place, and there's Goku, which is now Super Saiyan 3, which is real awesome. He's got long hair, and then he fights with Boo, and then he goes into another place while teaching Goten and Trunks. Goten is the son of Goku, the second one, and Trunks is obviously just the son of Vegeta and Bulma. I've gone through a lot of stuff in that, like, 2 seconds. There's so much cool stuff that happens. I'm really undermining Dragon Ball. I want to make a brief interlude. But, guys, I love Dragon Ball. I really do. And I've just gone on to, like, a long tangent about Dragon Ball. I love it so much that I'm spending... I've been talking for 3 hours. I've been talking for 3 hours now, so... Oh goodness, I might have to edit this down so much, but depending on what I do keep in, I really do enjoy Dragon Ball, so yes. Okay, now on to the game, shall we? Itchy head. Whoa. Bibbidi and Bobbidi, and then Boo becomes like real powerful, and then he kills Bobbidi because he's being a real big old doo-doo face with a big old doo-doo yellow pumpkin as a face. Get back up there here. And then we go even crazy as Gotenks is born, which is the fusion between Goten and Trunks, and then they go into each other, and then they become someone greater, and then they fight, and then Goten gets beaten. But then the next time, and then Hercule befriends Boo, and then Boo goes all crazy, and then he puffs up another Boo, and then the Boo eats the Boo, and then the Boo becomes Super Boo, and then the Super Boo becomes Gotink's Boo, and then the Gotink's Boo becomes Gotenks can turn Super Saiyan, and then they have a big fight, and then Super Boo absorbs Gotenks, and then he also absorbs Piccolo, and then he absorbs Gohan, which was being trained by the Supreme Kais. Supreme Kais are basically the gods. I forgot to mention King Kai. There's a guy named King Kai. He's like real funny. Uh, that's basically all you need to know, really. He's real funny. And then all that crazy stuff happens, and then there's so much more crazy stuff that happens, and then it works out in the end, because Goku uses the Spirit Bomb. Vegeta's officially a good and nice guy. He realizes that he's just a weak little shit, and then they all live happily ever after. The end of Dragon Ball Z. I did that way faster than Dragon Ball. Yeah. So that was an extremely abridged version of Dragon Ball Z. I kinda need to speed up because my voice is really hurting after speaking for like 3.5 hours. So sorry about that. Yeah. I've been talking for way too long. Yeah. Okay. I think it's time to Elvita's in. So, oh, I don't even know if I can say it, but hopefully you guys enjoyed. Alright, I'll say it. Okay, ready? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, enjoyed the next women and stuff, and as I like to say, crazy crackers out. That is why I love Dragon Ball, by the way. That is why. Although I abridged it to absolute garbage, where you don't even see the stuff that makes Dragon Ball great, or any series great, is the middle bits. But, anyways, I just told you guys about cool stuff that happens. Not even the cool stuff that happens, just the important stuff, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'll make another one of these. I probably will, because I love Dragon Ball too much. So, if you've stuck with me for however long this video will be, thanks. Let's hope it's not an hour long. I don't want anything to be an hour long. I'll try and shorten it so much, but, yeah. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video, and enjoy me for the next where we do stuff. And as I always like to say, crazy crackers out. I need a break and to go to the toilet. I've actually gone to the toilet during this, so wonder if I'll keep that in. Oh, what was the time? What is the time? Alright. Catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully, it's not going to be another hour. Apparently I like it so much. I really hope it's not an hour. I'm not uploading. Should I sing out the raw one? No. No, I shouldn't. There's way too much of me talking with my smart ass. If you want to see the full 3-hour version, you can 100%. We can totally make that work. I don't think you do though. If you haven't even made it through this and you're skipping through it, sorry. I I tend to talk a lot, I suppose, about Dragon Ball. Jeez. I'm gonna start losing space. Alright. The Bunny Leaguers. Dragon Ball is the reason Bunny Leaguers exists. That's another thing. It inspired me. Yeah. You can go now. I need to just rest. I've been talking to you guys for a while. I think everybody thinks that I'm going insane, as they should. Yeah. I need to sleep. I need to sleep. I need to just sleep for 3 hours. uh, this is school day tomorrow too. Yikes. Bye. You don't have to keep watching. I'm gonna just sleep.